Countless people are a part of riverfront development. This My Hometown is about one of those people who's been somewhat behind the scenes all along. Yesterday we told you about a man who has spent his life dedicated to our rivers. Now Dan Wire is seeing dreams come true along our riverbanks. Dan Wire remembers something that Mayor Tom Henry said 10 years ago like it was yesterday.
I mean, I was smiling so much I thought my chin was going to fall off.
It happened at a public meeting after Henry was just elected.
The president of that group, on a very closing statement, said, "Mayor Henry, when you're done with your term as mayor, what would you like your legacy to be?" And Mayor Henry said at that time, "I want to be the mayor who brought Fort Wayne back to the rivers."
It was music to Dan's ears.
I vaguely remember that. Obviously, Dan remembered that almost verbatim.
It's almost an understatement to say that Dan is a river enthusiast, and he was determined to get the mayor on his boat.
I was after the mayor for almost 8 years. I mean, I think it was probably 6 years, and he finally said, "Okay, Dan, I'll take a pontoon ride with you."
Henry and his wife joined Dan and his for an expected 45-minute ride. When it came to that time to head back, the mayor wasn't ready.
And I said, "Well, we're about that time." He said, "I got a little time, let's go there." And kind of nervous and like, "Okay, should we head back now?" "No, what's around that bend?" Well, that 45-minute pontoon ride was well over 3 hours by the time we got back.
The ideas took off from there.
10 years ago when I became mayor, it was a whole different way of life, so to speak, and Dan pushed me exceptionally hard to make more of our rivers, and obviously that's what we're doing.
So, I mean, that is what got the ideas turning for the Riverfront project? Really turning?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. You know, I'm not going to take any credit for where we are today. I put people on the river, but it's those people who have the connections and the vision and the ability to pull it together. That's what's made this happen.
The latest project is the canal boat. We got an exclusive first look inside. The 1840s replica can be set up to take 40 people for an educational tour, reconfigured for a cocktail party, or dinner trips can handle 30 people or so.
We want this boat to be used how the community wants to use it.
Dan is also a part of putting together a work barge that will help maintain the river. That's coming in July. Through the Tri-State Watershed Alliance, which he started, and years of local knowledge, he educates people on taking care of our rivers. Even more, he was a part of the flood prevention and the big tunnel project. The mayor says he's been aggressive in his passion. Dan thinks he's been patient. After all, he has waited for this his whole life.
It basically is the shade you're enjoying underneath this tree was the vision that someone had 50 years ago to plant a tree. And so I'm very excited about having the opportunity to plant the seeds to this project that others down the road can enjoy. That will make me happy.
The canal boat was just put in the water yesterday. It's just being used for training now, but it will open to the public June 1st.